If you're a driven, active person who wants to reach and pursue a higher quality life with some ambition, then guess what? This podcast is for you. This is the Driven Athlete Podcast. What's up, y'all? It's your man, Dr. Kyle. Welcome to the Driven Athlete Podcast. We got Coach Joel Molina with us. Coach Mo.
Yep.
I know you're a busy dude. You got a busy gym facility in Wellington, so I appreciate you coming down and sharing some of your insights.
Oh, man. Thank you for having me.
So tell everybody what you do and where your gym is at.
Well, my name is Joel Molina, and I am a fitness professional, and I've been in the fitness industry for over 22 years. We have a studio gym called 1822 Fitness, and we serve just a general population and also athletes. Those are the two main niches, I will say.
So active adults,
active adults,
and
yes.
athletes.
Yes.
Which is that's what we treat. We tell people we treat active adults and then athletes.
That's awesome.
Youth athletes, college guys, occasional pro guys, depending on season and stuff. Well, that's awesome. And you're in Wellington.
We're more West Palm. It's more like Military and Summit. So it's considered West Palm. But yeah we're not that far from Wellington. Yeah.
Awesome. And you played baseball professionally for a little while.
Growing up, that was my main sport. I had the chance to have a really short career as a baseball player, coaching college for several years and in high school as well.
Where'd you coach in college?
PBA.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. In 2000, I'll say it was 2005 to 7, something like that, or 2004 to 7, like 2-3 years under Rob Avila.
Cool.
He was the head coach at the time.
Awesome. PBA's they've got a good program, for a lot of sports, they've definitely gotten competitive and grown,
And it is funny because that's how I got to West Palm. I was in Puerto Rico looking to do that jump to play college baseball in the United States. And I don't know how PBA started reaching out. And I didn't even know West Palm Beach existed. I only knew about Orlando and Miami.
yeah, totally.
So came in and actually, came in for a semester. Didn't work out for me for different reasons. But went back to Puerto Rico, and it's funny that then I ended up back in West Palm and coaching at PBA. That was kind of weird, but it was a cool story too.
Awesome. Well, that's cool. And volleyball was also a big part of your life, right? I know Puerto Rico, it's popular.
Yeah. My daughters play, grew up playing, love, the culture and just the volleyball, like the professional league in Puerto Rico and even the kids, man, they're just, it's a very growing sport besides baseball, Yeah. So it's cool.
It was getting more popular. I really didn't know much about it when I was growing up in high school and stuff. I played a little bit in middle school, and then I only played 1 year in high school. And it was a small niche, like a small community. And it's I played in college, right? So I learned there's Midwest, California, and then New England. And that's the regions, and that's it.
That's it.
The major volleyball presence in the United States.
Yep.
So it's small.
That's true. But Puerto Rico is one of them.
Puerto Rico, international.
Yes.
That's cool. So you treat athletes and active adults. What led you to get down this road of being a fitness professional? Why go this route?
Well, kind of I'm going to make the long story short. I spent 3.5 years as a civil engineer, and that's what I went to school for.
Civil engineering.
Yeah.
Where'd you go to school for that?
In Puerto Rico, University of Puerto Rico and Maya West. It's a very prestigious university in Puerto Rico. I used to call it the Harvard of Puerto Rico. Hard to get in and hard to get out too because it's hard to graduate.
Yeah.
But after spending 3.5 years there, I realized that that's not what I wanted to do. Everybody wanted to become an engineer or, a doctor or, pursuing this career. I was such in love with baseball that then I realized that I wanted to do something in the sports realm, and I didn't have anybody to help me through that process. So after that, then my GPA went up. I fell in love with the career. So I have a degree in PE, coaching and sports conditioning from the University of Puerto Rico. And then I I have a dual master's in kinesiology.
Oh, amazing.
One with concentration in sports conditioning and the other one with corrective exercises and orthopedic rehabilitation.
Cool. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And that's great. I mean, for your setting, make a huge impact with people.
Yeah.
And the lens to like modify appropriately.
Correct.
Be have detail oriented, you know?
Yeah.
So what was the turning point where you were like, engineering? Nope, this is not for me.
Not wanting to go to class anymore.
Like, I don't want to do this.
Yes, and not, you know, I was a good student in high school, you know, 4.0 throughout, good athlete, good student. And when I saw like I didn't want to go to class, I didn't have any motivation, I said, what I'm doing to myself, just because I want to please my dad or follow on the footsteps of my siblings. And I said, nah, I gotta kind of like create my own route.
Do your own thing.
Yeah.
Blaze your own trail. How many siblings do you have?
2. Well, we're 5 total for my dad's first round, but then 3. I'm in the middle.
Oh, you're middle child.
Mm-hmm.
My wife's a middle child.
Really?
I'm the youngest. I'm the baby in my family.
What do they say about them, right? What is it?
I think I don't know. It's different, you know, like I bet she would say like more of like the forgotten, you know, sibling.
I didn't want to say that, but I
caught in the middle.
Yeah.
You know, the oldest one is like blazing the new trail. The youngest one's the baby, so they need attention. And like, oh, we forgot about the middle kid.
Yeah. Where's Joel?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. He's probably doing something. Yeah. It's probably fine.
Yeah.
So it can lead to more independence. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's what I've heard, you know.
Yeah. For me too, it was kind of like I had this role model in my brother. Great. We're best friends. And then I got my sisters who were 4 years apart, but then I find myself kind of like in the middle. So always trying to like please everyone. Oh, do I have to be like my brother? And then my sister, you know.
The people pleaser.
Yeah.
That's the other one. People pleaser.
So it was hard, but.
Okay, well, so that was a big deal then for you to like shift gears and be like, I'm not going to go the expected path.
Right.
The self-expectations you probably had. And then you were like, I'm going to go fitness.
And then.
Kinesiology.
Right. And the thing is that like, then I had to ask myself, what route? Because I knew I love sports, but they didn't have, like nowadays, every college, they have an exercise science department. Like now it becomes a science. But back in the days, all you have to choose was a PE route.
Yeah.
You know, at least in Puerto Rico. And for me was, let me do it right. So they have a program or services at the university where you go and get counseling. And I took a bunch of tests and then that's how I landed, kind of to confirm what I wanted. Because what I wanted was to continue to pursue my baseball career, you know?
Yeah.
So that's how the shift happened.
Interesting. Well, that's good because here you are, you know?
Yep.
What would you say is like your wheelhouse, like your favorite type of clientele?
Man, the one...
Like your favorite, like the people that's like, man, I really get energized with this.
In the athletic realm, believe it or not, it's... are those who are not necessarily the top athletes, because they come in with a hunger and they're like sponges, you know, they want to learn. They're very like, they don't have no reference of a lot of things. They're there because they really need you. The other ones that they're more on the elite, because remember the ceiling, right? Probably it's already there. It's a little, I say it's tougher for me to take them there when it comes to allow them to buy into it. For instance, if I have one specific athlete that it is super strong and he's only a 10th grader. This guy could be playing football, but he's a baseball player. He's super strong, but it is super tight and doesn't move well. And then I always tell him, hey, I know that I can put this entire gym on your back and you squat it. You don't have to prove me your strength, but you can't move for nothing. And you're too young for this. What would your life would look like when you're my age, you know?
Yeah.
And then I always tell them, I want you to buy into this for me. So that education part, but then they had this other kid, for instance, that it is probably less athletic, but he comes in with hunger and a desire, and you tell them something, they buy into it. Those are the ones that are fun because they get to experience greater results. right? And the scale of just result faster too. And there's a joy when they go, hey, coach, look at what I did this weekend. Or parents are reaching out, hey, thank you for what you're doing with Johnny, for example, just to use a name. We noticed that he's faster and then he's sleeping more because you told him this and that, So
It's like he's listening,
yes,
he's buying it.
Yes,
So it's the mindset, the humility mindset,
for
the
sure.
openness, and
For
then
sure.
like accepting it and like putting it into action.
And those are the same guys that they ask questions, and I love that. The other guys, they just stay quiet. Yes, they go do it, but it's just different. I always tell them that I like to ask the question instead of too much coaching. At the beginning, you do a lot of coaching, but then how do you feel about that? How do you feel about that movement? Allow them to really, all right, was I present during that movement mentally? I don't know. How do you see your knees were going on that jump or that landing or that squat? And if they get to answer that, that means that they're learning. Instead, if you know and you're aware, then you feel, and then it's a lot easier to correct.
Yeah.
So
have you noticed a trend of like a lot more of the kids are have that mindset coming in, or a lot of them like, I know what I'm doing, like, and not taking it to heart, or a mix?
I'll say a mix, depending. I'll blame that to the home as well. The way they were raised.
Yeah. I mean, that's the most influential thing. I mean, in my opinion,
Mine too. Yeah. So it's a mix. It's a mix.
Are more kids specializing earlier now, or is it the same?
Yes.
Mix.
No, they still specializing, and that's still something that I've been fighting for decades, and it is hard because, and maybe this is something you can help me answer, right? 'Cause every time I talk to someone is, man, when is your off season? There's none. Let's take volleyball for example. They play in the fall in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So they start in July and they go all the way until probably those who went all the way, probably last week. And then club practice just started last week. And it is twice a week again, boom, 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 boom. They got the first tournament in December. And then in January, they start all the way to June, July to finish up with AAUs. So
none.
Probably they have 4 weeks in the year in different times.
Yeah.
So professional athletes, they have an off season.
Yeah.
And in season, they get paid for it. Right. And then these amateurs, they don't have one. So yeah, they don't have time to multi-sport because they just don't have it.
Yeah.
They're doing too much.
I definitely am an advocate for not specializing in like multi-sport athlete variety, general athleticism.
Yes.
Because it carries over,
Of course.
But I get it though. Like because I was similar mindset where it's like, if I'm not super focused and staying on my thing, I'm falling behind. Somebody else is outworking me and I'm falling behind. I'm going to get left, or I'm not going to be as good. So I have to specialize, and I have to go to club and then practice and then this, and then, now season's coming up and like, I can't stop. Otherwise I'm going to get over.
I remember my dad didn't, I guess the reason why we didn't practice all the sports, it was my dad was always concerned. Oh, don't be playing basketball because you don't want to twist an ankle, and that'll be it for your baseball career.
Yeah.
And then it was more like prevention, but because we were always outside playing these sports just for fun. Then I guess we got a lot of the transfers. A lot of the skills that transferred to the sport because of it.
Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree. I think like the transferability, the carryover, the versatility, like I definitely like it. And I've talked with like scouts, and I've heard other opinions from high level athletes and stuff. They're like, yeah, these guys, like the high level coaches and scouts look for multi-sport athletes because they know that they're just well-rounded. They have a good athleticism, and the skills transfer a lot better. Like, cause I played, it was a weird combo. Like I played volleyball and football in college, but there's a lot of similarities. And I personally, I just enjoyed like the change, like I enjoyed the change. Like football season, cool, it's over. Now I'm excited to get my shoes on, go inside, and then do volleyball. But there's a lot of similarities with like short burst explosion, the power output, and the vertical, leap,
Of course.
all that stuff, quickness.
Right.
All that, there's similarities, so I feel like it transferred pretty well.
Of course. And I bet that those skills, you were still touching in those skills in each sport, but without thinking this is just for football.
Yeah. Like this would be helping. Yeah,
exactly.
Totally. And the mindset stuff too, but also there's value to like the adaptability. Like, can you change and adapt course? Like, okay, you just finished basketball season. Now can you go into baseball?
Right.
Like, how well can you manage that adapt?
And that's happening within sports. How can, like, for instance, you could be an outfielder and then all of a sudden you become a pitcher, right?
Yeah.
How can you adapt to that?
Right.
Within the sport in itself.
And if you're like if you're just bred and just led into be like one thing only over and over again, once you're outside that comfort zone lane, you're just like useless,
Yeah, for sure.
That's just not going to help a value for a person, and also just development, for the future. What do you tell people, like your athletes? Coach, should I specialize or not?
I don't honestly, I don't think I have ever had one athlete come in with that specific question. Because they don't. We use, hey coach, can I? Normally they'll say, honestly, they don't. I have to say, hey man, what's going on? Are we playing other sports? No, my dad, or no, we have travel. Oh no, we are in season.
So they just don't know. They're not even aware,
and
that it's a thing.
Then we have some that they're asked, Coach, should I play football? And I say, yes.
Yeah, totally.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, my dad. And then when I talk to parents, they just don't want that to happen because they're afraid of the sport, it's
getting injured,
contact. Yeah.
Hindering their other sport.
Yes.
I feel like I've said to people, like, it's going to make you a better other sport person. Like if you play baseball or basketball, it's like, well, should I play football? Well, no, I don't want you to get hurt. I'm like, playing that other sport's going to make you better at basketball.
Yeah, but you know this more than I do. So what are the chances for them to really get injured playing the sport? They might blow their knee just going down the stairs.
Exactly, 100%. Right.
The chances are higher.
Yeah.
So
anything can happen.
Yeah.
And are just in their own sport. But also the specialization increases the risk of injury as well because it's a repetitive use,
right,
and then a lack of rest.
Right.
So anyway, I'm an advocate. We're on the same team, for sure.
Me too.
So what was it like growing up in Puerto Rico? Because you're outside a lot, playing a ton of different things. You played baseball, volleyball, soccer.
Not really. Soccer at the time that I was in college would start growing. So when I was in during my undergrad, it started becoming very popular. Soccer was always seen during my time as a child, something that was done in other parts of the world.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Huh. Okay. So you played, but you grew up. I mean,
but you kick a ball here and there, but
you're outside all day.
Mainly handball.
Oh, okay.
We'll play basketball, volleyball, frisbee, tag. We would just run around in the bike, but skateboarding.
Social media wasn't a thing yet.
No.
Or cell phones.
No, he wasn't. Skateboarding, rollerblading, all that stuff. And think about how it's transferred when it comes to balance and coordination.
Totally.
So
I want to get my kids or my daughter, because she's the oldest right now, but into figure skating.
Oh,
so I think,
wow.
I think it'd be really good for balance and coordination.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because she's similar she's only 5, right? But I'm like, maybe in a year or two, like we'll dabble in, because we went to ice skate with a friend or something like that. She loved it.
That's awesome.
And I was standing behind. I am not a good skater. Like the two things I never really played was hockey and tennis. Other than that, I played something of a little bit of everything else, but those 2 things I'm like totally bad, incompetent. But so skating, I'm like terrible. So we went ice skating with some friends at like the skate zone, West Palm. She loved it.
Really?
And she has like the slider walker thing that for beginners, and I'm hanging on to it too. And I'm standing behind her, like we're going around cruising, and she's trying to like take her hands off. I'm like, oh, good job. She turns around, looks at me, and she goes, Dad. And I'm like, yeah, what's up? She's like, can you back up and like leave me alone? And I'm like, yeah, totally. Let's go. Go ahead.
No way.
So, and this was 2 years ago. So she was 3.5. Yeah.
And you be taking her since?
No. Well, unfortunately, because we just, you know, we have 3 kids. It's hard, you know, but
Is she the oldest?
she's the oldest.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, I want to go back, and
That's
I'm like,
awesome.
because of that experience, she still talks about it. And I'm like, I think that'd be really cool. But for the balance and stability and coordination, hard work, just discipline,
Yeah.
it could be one facet of her athletic development that could be, you know, helpful.
Of course.
You know,
Of course. Then self-discovery, right? So when I have 2 daughters, one is a sophomore in college, plays volleyball, and they both play volleyball, but the other one is a senior in high school. And when they were little, we exposed them to dance and soccer and basketball, and they did all the sports because I'm a big advocate of that, you know, multi-sport. But after that, they just fell in love with volleyball.
they just naturally gravitate towards that.
And then even in high school, I said, hey, weightlifting, let's go. You know, track, do something.
Yeah.
And they would do it. But then they would do it less and less because the time was more restricted, you know.
Yeah.
I will conflict with my club practice or this and that. So
Yeah. Interesting.
it is hard because that's how education or parent education is key. But the reality is, as they get older, they will want to specialize
They'll want to do what they just naturally are interested in.
more and more. And then if your heart is not in another sport, then you can pick. And I guess that's why probably fitness could be an option if you look at it as a sport, right? My strength and conditioning path could be something that in my off season I go there and I'm just going to throw weights and learn how to balance and jump and run and change direction and things like that. So I feel like if we remove the concept off season training for this young athlete and I say, hey, I'm going to do, you know, an extension of PE or AP weight training, like I call it, right? Like advanced, right? It's a class, so it's like like something that they could do, and really improve their skills, you know.
Yeah.
And if we programmed it right, then to be able to improve and do something.
Yeah.
You know.
Love that. Another thing I was just thinking about too, with like having an off season or changing seasons, is this burnout. You know, you just like, it becomes mundane and you just don't like it. The fire is gone, the passion. I always definitely reinvigorated a passion for whatever I was doing when something ended and the new thing changed.
Yes.
And anyway, that's another opinion.
It's like, I don't know if it happened to you, but it used to happen to me when I was growing up in Puerto Rico. The summers, they were so long to me. So long that in July, you're like, man, when school's going to start?
Yeah.
You know?
Bored.
Yes.
I can only sleep in so much.
Exactly. So I feel like the same when you go from one sport to the next. So then you feel like, okay, oh man, season is over. I can't wait for the next sport to start. So I guess reignite that passion. And, you know, it's cool.
When did you start noticing your daughters like weaning and growing into like, this is what I like to do the most? Like what age?
Like 13.
13? Okay.
Yeah.
It's like early adolescence.
Yeah.
That's when they started.
Yeah. And I feel like I should have done a better job probably pushing other sports equally at the time. But the younger they were, you know, also was dealing with building the business at the same time and trying to like create a career for myself to provide for them. So, you know, as a parent, it was tough as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So totally tough. It's hard. It's a hard balance.
Tough.
I feel like I always like I'm trying to reflect as best I can, which all we can do is just reflect and have awareness. I'm like, where's my mind? You know, like first thing in the morning, what am I thinking about? Before I go to bed, what am I thinking? Like, what am I absorbed in? And it's usually like the business, you know, followed by my own workouts. But anyway, I'm just absorbed. I'm like, man, because it's super important for the whole, like for the survival of my family, right? But anyway, I'm like, no, don't think about it right now. Be with my kids, you know, like I have to put this aside.
Yes, but I've learned it's been hard for me, man. To be honest, that was a part. Because now the older you get, you appreciate time a lot more. There's things that you missed that now you can never go back, and now you want to make up for that. And then at the end of the day, the question is, was it worth it? Yeah, it's a tough question.
It's a tough question because you have to have the means first.
For
right?
sure.
And as a man, this is what it is. This is my opinion again. Our first usual thoughts are provide
and protect. Yes.
Be there, security, rock, foundation. And if you don't, then you're a failure.
You feel like, oh
right?
my gosh.
That'd be the worst.
I dealt with that so many.
So like we have to, and there's a lot of risk and overhead involved.
Of course.
With owning a business.
And other people too, because you want to make sure that the people that are believing in your vision, the mission, they say, okay, all right, I want to follow Coach here because he knows where he's going.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that clear.
You know? But anyway, I mean, I'm always open for advice because you have kids, you're more experienced than I am as a dad and a business owner. But I mean, it has to be a balance. We're like, okay, it's understandable. Give yourself some grace where it's like you need to grind and you need to make sure things are in order, but then also not lose sight of like all the little moments growing up, the kids and playing on Saturday or not staying too late. You know, like it has. And what would you say? What do you suggest?
Oh man, I guess because there is some regrets there in that department. And the other day, I'll say coaching my daughter. When I use the word coaching, is because when they turn a certain age, then your role as a dad changes. They're over 18, 19, 20. Now you want to become a mentor. Somebody say, hey, listen, this is what I will do. Then, in the counsel of many, you find wisdom. So I hope that you listen and then you make your own decisions. However, it's hard because, there's a lot of regrets. And I was telling her that the worst feeling a human being can have is the feeling of regret.
I don't disagree.
It haunts you, man. And even though you can say, yeah, you got to move on. Yes, but you always, because there's something that you cannot go back. You can create something new, but you cannot go back.
You can't change it. Yeah.
And if there's relationships that they were affected or lost, then you just can't go back. Yeah, you can move on. You're not going to be, having a pity party over that, but it's a bad feeling, Yeah. So because there were many of those, I'll say to have a mentor sooner than later, and whatever you're doing, you're pursuing, is key. That will keep you unchecked.
I know that you mentioned that you do devotionals and Bible studies and stuff, and baseball chapel, and mentoring other people. Was that something that you sought out for your kids to be like, I'm your dad, I'm your rock, I'm your mentor, totally? But I also did you try to find another mentor like that for them as well to get a different perspective?
100%. So my brother, he is like my best friend, and my sister as well. And then some people, it is easy to tell them or to advise them that this is the right way to go because they have seen it. They know, oh, Papi, when he goes consult or he goes meet with someone. So it's easier to say, hey, and we're a pretty tight family. So they go and have their lunch or a dinner with their uncles, but it's more like for mentorship, whether it's a pastor or youth pastor or somebody like that. It's always good.
That's awesome.
We need to have, it takes a village, man, to raise a kid.
Heard that.
So it's important to have the right people, though.
Yeah.
The right people. I'd rather have one than 10 that, I want one that is quality, right?
Solid.
Solid.
I've heard that, the most influential component of like a kid getting raised like in the village is who the parents are of their friends. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. So there's a lot of filter involved now of decision making of like, where are we going to hang out? You know what I mean?
Yes. And I feel like us as adults, we need to also clean up our closet every now and then of the people that are around us.
Totally.
Because they continue to see that and how we respond to life and who do we gravitate to, who are our circle of friends.
Yeah.
And every now and then, you got to do a cleanup, man. Say, I don't need that friendship. anymore.
Totally.
I got to move on.
Which is hard. But I feel like I didn't really I had an epiphany like a couple of years ago where I was like, I don't have to hang out with anybody I don't want to hang out with. I didn't even realize that until like a couple of years ago.
100%.
Some kind of obligation or expectation. I was like, oh yeah, I could totally control my own life with who I surround myself with. And I don't have to hang out with people that I don't want to hang out with.
Yes.
This is awesome.
I struggled with that too, because it was hard for me to say no.
Yeah.
That's something that we need to learn, and we need to teach our kids how to say no.
Did you have that same epiphany? Like, when was that for you?
Oh my God.
Or am I late in the game?
No. It happened to me actually as a high schooler. I will say yes to everything, and then I won't show up.
So you just be like, yeah, sure. And then be like, subconsciously, I don't want to go. Yeah.
Yes. But then that wasn't right neither, because they were expecting me, and then they stopped inviting me. And then I said, it's okay to say no.
Yeah.
And then at the beginning, it costs you, to say no. But then you learn, can we do that? No. I don't even have to lie about the reasons for it. I said, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
And that's it. They should respect that as well.
Exactly. Right. And it'd be interesting to see, like, if a person doesn't respect that, they're like, oh, thank you for letting me know where you're at. That just solidified me knowing more that I don't want to hang out with you. I not like a bad thing, but just just not for me. It's fine. Like, I'm going to grab it, move different directions.
And I guess that if we continue to use the sport terms, I need enough season.
Yeah, I need enough season. That's great. I've never heard that before. I love that.
I need enough season.
That makes more sense now. Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that we're not going to ever probably spend time with that person or go out. It just, let me have enough season.
Yeah.
I'm overwhelmed with your presence.
That's great. It's great. It's great. I love that.
So yeah.
I like Ryan Holiday a lot with Stoicism. He just writes Stoicism. And he's a younger dude too. He's like late 30s. Like you would expect, like ancient philosophy, like, oh, he's in his 60s. This is a younger guy.
That's awesome.
But I listened to his podcast, some of his stuff. I like it. And there's something he said where he was like, talking to friends or people, the hardest thing is saying no. So 2 things he did that I was like, I like that. He put the word no on his wall, and then he put photos of his kids next to it. And he says, if I don't say no, like if I say yes to these obligations or work or whatever, which I need to, it's appropriate, it's a balance. But if I say yes to that stuff, I'm saying no to them. So what's the balance?
Powerful.
Like, what's the trade-off?
Exactly.
There's sometimes you got to say yeah, totally. But then if I do, that means I'm saying no. Is that worth it to say no to my kids? And imagine if I do that consistently year after year after year, it just leads to no relationship, which sucks. And a consistency.
And I feel too that that's why it's so important to have a daily approach to life, meaning a daily plan. Like I knew this was a thing today for a couple of weeks, or probably for a month. And
it was a couple of weeks out, yeah.
Right? Like, yeah. So I put it on my calendar, and then it was on my to-do list. And even on today's activities, it was on my to-do list since last night, right? I knew this is it. So I know that that's going to dictate if it was there, because I already made a commitment to that. But then that's going to probably allow me to say no to 3 or 4 things that they could wait. Make sense?
Yeah.
So I feel like that planning will also help you stay your course and see when you're going to say yes and when you're going to say no.
Yeah.
That makes some sense.
100%. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And I want to ask, one more thing I was going to say is the second thing that I like with Ryan Holiday was occasionally his calendar is empty. And then he'll be like, people like, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? And he's like, I want to show you something real quick. This is my calendar and it's blank. I want to keep it like that today. So that's my plan. My plan is to keep it empty today. I don't want to add anything.
Bro, the off season, man. Off season.
Maybe next week or we can plan it. But today and maybe tomorrow, like it's empty, and that's how it's going to stay for right now.
Awesome.
And I was like, I like that, which is saying no, which is hard, All right. So daily plan, your daily devotional part of that.
Yes.
Is that what you mean by that too?
Yes. That's the first thing. And this comes out of discipline, not emotion, because I don't feel to do it, but I have to do it for my mental health and my spiritual health as well. So something that works for me. Um, and and hopefully that's something that will transfer indirectly to my generation, my spouse,
Your
my
kids,
wife, my kids.
because they'll see that.
Yeah.
Just lead by example.
Exactly.
What's that look like? Like, what's your daily routine look like for that?
So
How do you fit it in?
first thing in the morning, you have to. I had to decide to make room for it. If it's, I remember a mentor of mine said, if it's not in your schedule, in your agenda, it's not important. So I fit it in, and then if I had to, then need to wake up earlier, then let it be.
Just make it. That's what you gotta do.
That's it.
So what time do you wake up?
Early, not at 5 in the morning anymore, but like at 7, I'm up, and that's the first thing I do. I just, get up, get myself ready, and I have a designated area in my house for that.
Like a quiet area.
Like a quiet area, a little loft, couch. I have already everything set up. And you have to be intentional. This is what I mean. So the night before, when I go home late, so if at 9:30, 10, boom, I do my thing. Then when I go upstairs, then I take my stuff, even the headset, because I don't want to wake up people when I'm listening to something or putting a little lo-fi music or something like that.
Yeah, lo-fi. I like lo-fi. It gets me in the zone.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So I go there and I set up for the next day. So I had to be intentional about the next day, the day prior, right? So I wake up and then I have like a devotion. No, it's a notebook. It's a blank notebook, and that's where I put my stuff.
Journaling.
Yeah, but my to-do list, little square, Devo first, then study for this, study for that, read this, read that, then do this, do that, prep that program, blah, 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 call these people, and then priority. And then now, I guess because of my oldest, she's very artistic when it comes to that. Every month, she has a blank calendar. She just decorated with markers and colorful markers. I wasn't like that, but I kind of like it now. And I just bought myself different colored pens. And then I just go, okay, this is important. High priority, can wait. And then if I don't get to it, then I put an arrow in the box, meaning that goes to the next day. If it get canceled, then I put an X.
Okay.
That was that important. And if I'm halfway through, so then I fill the box halfway. Keeps me accountable. I live with that.
Interesting. I love that. I've heard that. That's the second time I heard that from somebody that, like a mentor figure that does very consistently. And they're like, have an area that's like your quiet area, your safe area,
that's it,
your comfort area, where you can do devotionals and
meditate,
mindful breathing, which I value that so much. By no means am I I need to get better at this, totally. Right, because we're drowning right now. What I mean is we're just doing a lot. You know what I mean?
Yes.
With the kids, we got an 11-month-old, a 3-year-old, and a 5-year-old.
That's a lot.
My wife's drowning more than I am.
Yes,
I can be out here with adults. She's just drowning. But I really value that because I think it's so helpful for mental clarity, staying level-headed, and reflecting on what's important.
Yes.
And also just awareness, and then your kids, I've heard this from multiple people, your kids will notice it. You don't have to say anything, just do it. And then they'll just follow suit. They're like, Dad does it, I want to do that. Or that's how we are. Or that's just a norm. And I would love that for them, because otherwise, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You're going to run around, all the stuff on your list will just be chaotic and crazy all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It made me think about this term the girls developed, that it's not positive. It is not. But they say every time we go on vacation, they go, yeah, vacation puppy.
What does that mean?
What does that mean? Yes, because they see puppy stressed throughout the week. And then how can I bring vacation puppy into my daily routine?
Vacation. So what's vacation dad versus?
Man, at the moment I'm in the car and we're traveling or we're flying anywhere, I'm not thinking about anything. And that's a true me.
Yeah.
That's who I am. I'm joking around, or we're laughing, we're having a good time, literally. And then you have the other side where the stress, or, So it's hard to have a balance, but that's why you have to be intentional, because it's my mind and my spirit is right from the get-go. I can attack the difficulties of the day, you know, the phone calls of the clients or the cancellations or here or there, or this, you got to fix this, or, you know, because they're always going to come to you, you know.
Totally. And then you're the chapel for baseball community with PBA or with who?
No, with Major League. I do it through Baseball Chapel, which is an organization nationwide, internationally as well. So during spring training, I serve the Washington Nationals when they're here, the big club and the minor league. And then during the season, I go to the Palm Beach Cardinals in Jupiter.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, and I serve there throughout the season.
Do you go like to their facility, to your house?
Mm-hmm. I go to the facility, to the clubhouse.
Cool.
And they know that I'm coming. They just gather, in the cafeteria, and then I do my teaching and, with them for half hour.
Cool. So that'll start up in February.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I might need to go with you.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Whenever.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. It's awesome. It's just a great experience. Because, those are the things that, like, really, there's no return. Eternal return or spiritual return or emotional return, but there's nothing that you're doing for, I got to do this for work.
Yeah.
This is going to produce my ROI. None of that. It is totally for the love of the game, meaning people.
You're not expecting anything.
Nothing. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's just, I love doing it. And it is also sacrificial because, for example, the Palm Beach Cardinals, they like their divas when they're home on Sundays early in the morning. So on Sunday, I got to wake up early, got to go there, but it's worth it, man.
Cool.
Connecting with people. The hard part is you start connecting with these players, and then some of them get promoted, which is what you want to see. And some of them get released, and then you get that, a text or, hey, it was nice meeting you, but I got released. And
that's hard.
Yeah. So it's tough.
Well, let's land the plane. We'll have to get you back and do it again.
For sure.
One last question. What message would you give parents of athletes who want to excel in their sport and just grow? What would you suggest?
Man, that's a deep question.
Yeah.
Because I think the first thing that comes to mind is deeper communication. And this is what I mean. A lot of times parents take the kids to sports and they see their development and they see that they have probably a future, right? Whether it is high school and college and probably professionally, they're there and they communicate superficially, meaning, hey, how are you feeling? And what do you think the answer is going to be?
Good.
Correct.
Yeah.
Short. And they keep going. And the reason I say that to have more profound or deeper communication. And I remember that I started this with my daughters because I understood that it was going that way. When they started growing up and getting into high school, hey, how was your day at school? Good. Kept walking. And then I used to say this, hey, how was your day at school? Good. No, I don't want to hear that. Just start with, I walked in at 7:45, put my backpack in the corner. I just started saying that to them so they knew that I want specific. And before you know it, conversations start going for 35 minutes. And then we were involved. Because a lot of times, then as a coach, some of these athletes will come in and they'll tell me these things. Because I asked them in the gym the same thing. Like I'm an extension, like a village, right? I'm an extension of their parents. How was your day today? Good. Classes are good. How many classes are you taking? So I am delving deeper into my questioning. What classes are you taking? I remember, but, oh yeah, AP, and how's that going? Well, we had a test today and this and that. And then we start going and then we see. But I wasn't feeling good today. And I haven't even asked them about anything, how their body physically feels, but then that probably will get me into them saying, yeah, and if it's a female, sometimes we have developed the trust that they say, yes, and yeah, I'm on my period today. And then that'll tell me something about what we're about to do.
Yeah.
The performance might be affected emotionally, so many things. and I'm not having a good day. Before you know it, you start gathering this information that if you need to auto-regulate that day for training, then you do so, and so be it.
Yeah.
What one training session is going to do when it comes to the vertical, the strength? Really nothing, right? That day. So that's something that I've learned throughout. And so the question, I'll say deeper communication, so they know.
Yeah.
You know,
and then they'll open up about what they're struggling with, what they like, they don't like. Like, I didn't even know you didn't like playing soccer or baseball or basketball or volleyball or whatever.
Exactly. I'm been pushing that because, you know, I want to fulfill my dreams in you or something like that.
Or if they're like, I'm really into this, and like, oh, let's double down and like, let's really hit the gas pedal on that.
Correct. And some of them, they do a good job, but I feel like that's the main thing that I'll say, deeper communication, so you know. Because sometimes the kids don't want to tell the coach, hey, man, I'm really hurting. And then the parent got to step in and have that communication with the coach.
Totally.
You know? So
cool.
Yeah.
We'll have to get you in, and we can dive more into like specifics of like kinesiology and training.
Yeah, we didn't talk anything about that.
Any about that. Yeah. We'll get you in again. We'll do it again.
Yeah, for sure.
But how can people find you? Like if they want to call you, hit you up.
And we our website and our Instagram at 1822 Fitness.
1822 Fitness.
Mm-hmm. And 1822fitness.com. And then I have also my own professional account, coach.joelmolina as well, where I put my content for athletes, and we got something called Mo Mondays. We try to like
Mo Mondays.
Yeah, something out there, kind of like in the same line of what we're doing in here.
Cool.
Any topic, mental, you know, performance, things like that. I think there's so much in social media, so much that we just got to be careful, right? Because a lot of the kids, they come with high expectation. I want to do this 7 inches in 30 days, and I go like, really? You know, like the expectation is high because, but can we do these exercises that I see in this account? I said, hey, you cannot even touch your toes.
Yeah, not yet.
You know, come on. You know, so it's hard because we're fighting. It's good. I use it. I mean, social media is powerful.
It has a role.
You know? Yeah, it has a role, but we got to be smart.
Mindful.
Mindful,
totally.
For sure.
Cool. All right. So they can shoot you a DM, visit your website, call you guys.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, thanks for coming in.
Oh, my pleasure. Honored.
And if you have any questions out there, if comments, questions, concerns, conflicting opinions, don't hesitate to reach out. We're always open to ideas, podcast guests. And if you're battling any pain specifically, we'd love to help you. Feel free to call. We can at least talk on the phone and see like where you're at or what we might be able to help you with or direct you in a certain path. And don't hesitate to reach out if you need anything, or Coach Mo if you need anything from him. And we'll catch y'all next time.
All right, guys.